Okay. New section, say no by default. If I would listen to customers, I would have given them a faster horse, said by Henry Ford. It's so easy to say yes, yes to another feature, yes to an overly optimistic deadline, yes to a mediocre design. Soon the stack of things you have said yes to grows so tall, so tall, you can't even see the things you should really be doing. Start getting into the habit of saying no, even the many of your best ideas. Use the power of no to get your priorities straight. You rarely regret saying no, but you often wind up regretting saying yes. People avoid saying no because confrontation makes them uncomfortable. But the alternative is even worse. You drag things out, make things complicated, and work on ideas you don't believe in. It's like a relationship. Breaking one up is hard to do, but staying in it just because you're too chicken to drop the axe as even worse. Deal with the brief discomfort of confrontation up front and avoid the long term regret. Don't believe that customer is always right stuff either. Let's say you are a chef. If enough if enough of your customers say your food is too salty or too hot, you change it. But if a few but a, f- but 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 if a few parsnickety patrons tell you to add bananas to your lasagna, you are going to turn them down, and it's okay. Making a few vocal customers happy isn't worth it if it ruins the product for everyone else. ING Direct has built the fastest growing bank in America by saying no. When customers ask for a credit card, the answer is no. When they ask for an online brokerage, the answer is no. When they ask if they can open an account with $1 million in it, the answer is no. The bank has a strict deposit maximum. ING wants to keep things simple. That's why the bank offers just a few saving accounts, certificates of deposit, and mutual funds, and that's it. Don't be a jerk about saying no though. Just be honest. If you are not willing to get to a customer request, be polite and explain why. People are surprisingly understanding when you take the time to explain your point of view. You may even win them over to your way of thinking. If not, recommend a competitor if you think there is a better solution out there. It's better to have people be happy using someone else's product than the than than discarded using yours. Your goal is to make sure your product stays right for you. You are the one who has to believe in the most. That's why you can say, I think you will love it because I love it. Let your customers outgrow you. New section. Maybe you have seen the scenario. There's a customer that's paying a company a lot of money. The company tries to please that customer in any way possible. It tweaks and changes the product, but this one customer requests and starts to alignment its general customer base. Then one day that big customer winds up leaving, and the company is left holding the bag, and the bag is a product that ideally suited to someone who's not there anymore. And now it's a bad fit for everyone else. When you stick with your current customers, come hell or high water, you wind up cutting yourself off from new ones. Your product of service becomes so tailored to your current customers that it stops appealing to fresh blood, and that's how your company starts to die. After your first product had been around for a while, we started getting some heat from folks who had been with us from the beginning. They said they were starting to grow out of the application. Their business were changing, and they wanted us to change our product to mirror their newfound complexity and requirements. We said no. Here's why. We would rather our customers grow out of our products eventually than never be able to grow into them in the first place. Adding power users features to save features to satisfy some can intimidate those who aren't on board yet. Scaring away new customers is worse than losing old customers. When when you let when when you let when you let customers outgrow you will most likely wind up with a product that's basic, and that's fine. Small, simple, basic needs are constant. There's an endless supply of customers who need exactly that. And there are always more people who are not using your product than people who are. Make sure you make it easy for these people to get on board. That's where your continued growth potential lies. People and situation change. You can't be everything to everyone. Companies need to be true to a type of customer more than a specific individual customer with changing needs. Okay, don't confuse enthusiasm with priority. It's useful, revolutionary, new, hot, amazing, faster. Don't confuse enthusiasm with priority. Coming up coming up with a great idea gives you a rush. You start imagining the possibilities and the benefits, and of course you want all that right away. So you drop everything else you are working on, and being pursuing your latest greatest idea. Bad move. The enthusiasm you have for a new idea is not an accurate indicator of its true worth. What seems like surefire hit right now often gets downgraded to just a nice to have by morning. And nice to have isn't worth putting everything else on hold. We have ideas for new features all the time. On top of that, we get dozens of interesting ideas from customers every day too. Sure, it would be fun to immediately chase all these ideas to see where they lead. But if we did that, we would we would we would just wind up running on a treadmill and never get anywhere. So let your latest grand ideas cool off for a while first. By all means, have as many great ideas as you can. Get excited about them. Just don't act in the heat of the moment. Write them down and park them for a few days. Then evaluate their actual priority with a calm mind. Be at home good new section. You know what it feels like. You go to a store. You are comparing a few different products, and you are sold on the new sorry and you are sold on the one that sounds like it's the best deal. It's got the most features. It looks the coolest. The packaging looks hot. There's the sensational copy on the book. everything seems great, but then you get it home and it doesn't deliver. It's not as easy to use as your thought it would be. It has too many features you don't need. You ended up feeling that you have been taken. You didn't really get what you needed, and you realize you spent too much. You just bought an in-store good product. That's a product you are more excited about in the store than you are after you have actually used it. Smart companies make the opposite. Something that's at home good. When you get the product home, you are actually more impressed with it than you were at the store. You live with it and grow to like it more and more. You tell your friends too. When you create at home good product, you may have to sacrifice a bit of in-store sizzle. A product that executes on the basics beautifully may not seem as sexy as competitors loaded with bells and whistles. Being great at a few things often doesn't look all that flashy from afar. That's okay. You are aiming for a long term relationship, not a one night stand. This is as true for advertising as it is for in-store packaging or display. We have all seen a TV ad for some revolutionary gadget that will change your life. But when the actual product arrives in the mail, it turns out to be a disappointment. In media, good isn't nearly as important as at home good. You can't paint over a bad experience with good advertising and marketing. So, on marketing. Don't write it down. New section. How should you keep track of what customers want? Don't listen, but then forget what people say seriously. There's no need for a spreadsheet, database, or filling system. The requests that's really matter are the only you will hear over and over. After a while, you won't be able to forget them. Your customers will be your memory. They will keep reminding you. They will show you which things you truly need to worry about. If there is a request that you keep forgetting, that's a sign that's that it isn't very important. The really important stuff doesn't go away. The new chapter, promotion. New section is welcome. Welcome obscurity. Welcome obscurity. Okay. No one knows who you are right now, and that's just fine. Being obscure, being being obscure is a great position to be in. Be happy. You are in the shadows. Use this time to make mistakes without the whole world hearing about them. Keep 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 tweaking. Keep tweaking. Work out the kinks. Test random ideas. Try new things. No one knows you, so it's no big deal if you mess up. Obscurity 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 helps protect your ego and preserve your confidence. Retailers experiment with test markets all the time for this reason. When Dunkin' Donuts Dunkin' Dun- when when Dunkin' Do- when Dunkin' Donuts thought about selling pizza, hot dogs, and other hot sandwiches, it test market it test marked it test marked the products at just 10 selected locations. Broadway 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 shows also provide a great example of testing ideas on a small stage first. They routinely do a trial run in a smaller city before coming to New York, testing out of town. Let's actors get some reps in front of a live audience before the show goes up in front of harsher cities and test makers. Would you want the whole world to watch you first time you do anything? If you have never given a speech before, do you want your first speech to be in front of the 10,000 people or 10 people? You don't want everyone to watch you starting your business. It makes no sense to tell everyone to look at you if you are not ready to be locked at yet. And keep in mind that once you do get better and more popular, you are inevitably going to take fewer risks. When you are a success, the pressure to maintain predictability and consistency builds. You get more conservative. It's harder to take risks. That's when things start fossilize and changes become difficult. If millions of people are using your product, every change you make will have a much bigger impact. Before you might have upset 100 people. When you change something, now you might upset thousands. You can reason with 100 people, but you need a riot gear to deal with 10,000 angry customers.